Hey, you guys. Welcome. Let me get over to comments. And I saw a couple of eyeballs already. Carol Grove is here. Awesome. Sue's here. Lisa. Cindy. Awesome. Barb's here. Yay. All right. And another Cindy. Oh, we got a two Cindy party. We'll see how many other Carols we can get too, because usually it's a three Carol night. Debbie's here. Awesome. Okay. Let's get to it because it is 8 o'clock. So welcome everybody. I am Toni Tessler, ToniStamps. That is me. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I like to make things out of paper. As Jamie's friends say, we cut paper up and glue it back together. So yeah, welcome. Sharon's here. Oh, Sharon, you are here. Awesome. So tonight's idea came from Sharon. She sent me a link and said, "Can you figure out these measurements and can we make this?" And I said, "Absolutely." So, thanks for the idea, Sharon. So let's talk about a couple things. First of all, I don't know if you guys have been keeping track of my 12 weeks Christmas cards that I've been posting. So I've only got 2 more weeks. I'm surprised that I've made it like every Sunday. There was one Sunday where I barely made it. But 10 weeks in a row already. Like, I can't believe it's here. So, but I like this. I've been doing a batch of 4 cards every Sunday and posting it on my blog. And then I share it over on my Facebook page. But like, it's really helping me get my cards done. And I think I'm going to end up with actually too many cards this year, but that's fine. Then I'll just have some for next year. But I do like this doing it a week, like 12 weeks of Christmas. I think a couple years ago I had done like 24 days of tags and something or other. Hey, Carol Kowaleski. And the 24 days, that was too many. Too many days. I could not keep up with every day in a row. Like I might have made it 3 days. Ugh, that's ambitious. So the 12 weeks I thought would be a better halfway. Hey, Jamie Gibbs. So if you've been keeping track of that, I've only got 2 more weeks left, this Sunday and next Sunday. Mm. So what else do we have? We've got 2 new December kits. I don't know if you guys looked at those. One's a card kit, one's a like a baby book kind of thing. Sorry. I should have a cough drop just in case. So those came out Tuesday. First Tuesday of every month, we get some new kits, two or three kits. We also got the product of the month. So that's a new program that got posted on Tuesday as well. So that's like a carryover from Close to My Heart. So every month now they're going to have this product of the month, and if you spend $75 before tax and shipping, after your rewards, then you can buy one of this product of the month, and it's going to change. So December is the paper pack. Um, I forget the name of it already, but it's blue for $5. So um, you're limited to one per account. So even if you put in, let's say, a $300 order, technically you would think, oh, I can get 4 of those because it's $75 order. Nope, you can only get one no matter what. So, but you can say you skip December, then you put in, like, you don't put an order in December. Say you order in January and you get your $75 order. There'll be a new item for January. Well, if there's anything left from December, you can get that, or you can get whatever they have for January. But it's just one at a time, right? You're still limited to one for the month. I think if you put in 2 orders in January, you could get the December and the January. It's already too confusing. So we'll see how it goes. But all I know is I didn't get the one for December. So I did end up putting in a pre-order. I got a couple of stamps that I'm going to show you. And since I had 2 people sign up for the paper share, so again, the paper share for the January through April catalog, it's 11 packs of paper plus a freebie. So $43, $9 extra if you need shipping. I already had 2 people sign up. So I went ahead and ordered that on Tuesday. And they are about 6 days behind in shipping, 5 or 6 days behind. So I probably won't get that until look at my calendar. I want to say it might be even Christmas week because it's already Yeah. So, oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Today's the 4th, right? So it might be the 17th or 18th before I get that. So we'll see. But once I get it, I'll open it all up and show everybody. Um, and like I said, like the first 3 people that sign up and, I get their invoices out, I'll send the stuff out early, the paper early. So paper share, paper pumpkin, Cyber Monday sale. So that started on Monday, December 1st. That goes through the 9th. So, hey, Marlene. So, um, this is on prepaid Paper Pumpkin subscriptions. So if you already have a Paper Pumpkin active subscription, if you decide to re-up on your subscription, like I ended up just getting a 6-month subscription because I mean the deal's just as good for 12 months, but I only got 6 months. However, I have 2 months still remaining on my current subscription. So I had to pause that one because the deal with this Cyber Monday deal is your kit is starting with the December kit, whether you have another subscription or not. So if you don't want to get 2 of the same thing, you have to pause your other subscription. And if you have questions, just email me. The thing is, you have to have all that done by the 9th, right? Because the 10th is when they cut off signups for the December kit. So just email me if you have questions and we'll work it out. So I don't want you to get stuck with something, right? Hey, Gloria. Last chance list got updated also on Monday. Now I read, not I thought, I read that they are discontinuing all the red rubber stamps. So anything from the September through December mini catalog that was in red rubber, which was of course 2 of the sets that I got, was going to be put on the last chance list. Well, the ones I got were Gathering, Ornamental Christmas, and the Gathering Moments, the Folly one. For some reason, they're not on the last chance list. So I don't know what's going on. I expected them. Hey, Anna. I expected them. Hey, Deborah, to be on there, and they're not. I mean, so whatever. But they will eventually be discontinued because they're getting rid of all the red rubber. All right. So last chance paper share. Talked about that. I did post a. You guys may have seen that little box that I posted for traditions of Christmas because I made a tag, and a couple people asked me, are you going to make that in a video? And I had said, yeah, I'll make a post about it later this week. Well, I'm just going to do it at the end of this one. So I'm hoping we still have time because actually I'm only going to do 2 different versions of this card. So we should have time to do that. And it was really just a 3.5 by 3.5 pizza box. But I know you guys like to see the stuff. So let's get cracking down here because like I said, I did get my pre-order and I want to show you. So first of all, I can at least show you the cover of the catalog. So this is the April through December catalog, which I just realized I don't know if I got my catalog orders in to have everybody to get their mails, the catalog in the mail, after I reminded Sue and Gail to do it. Huh. So Marlene, big question. Will the Paper Pumpkins special work to fulfill your quarterly purchases? So, Marlene, I think it comes down to the amount, right? Because I was talking to Sue about this earlier. I think the largest, the 12-month subscription may have been like $244 or something like that. Yeah, Lisa, I do mean January through April catalog. I don't know what I said. Oh, I said September through December, didn't I? Um, so Marlene, I don't know that it's going to meet the whole 300 quarterly because that price in the prepaid that includes shipping. So, like, say you bought that at 244, we have that value that's like product value or whatever. That's what count towards our quarterly. That is not 244. It's whatever that is minus shipping. So, I'll look. You know what? I'll look and see because I got the 6-month one, and I'll see how much. That was CSVs, right? 6-month Paper Pumpkin. I'll just send you an email just so, and then you'll see. But I don't think it's going to cover it by itself. How many? But yeah, but it's all because of the shipping. So I will definitely check on that and let you know. So yeah, cover looks really cute. Oh, now I need to note, did I mini catalog mailers? For some reason, I'm thinking I did not do this because I would have gotten a receipt. And that's going to be disappointing because that means I have to order them and then ship them out again myself separately. That's a pain. But all right, couple things that I did get. Seasonal celebrations. So I like this because really I like the bunny rabbit in it, right? Oh, so Marlene, so you might what? It might help you anyway. I like graduation. I always love a good shamrock and the rest of these. But really I got it for the bunny rabbit. I like this greeting because I always want some of these other ones like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's, Easter. We can always use graduation, anniversary. And then I like that we can put the different, happy with birthday, happy graduation, happy new year. So I like this one. And of course, everything's coming in the new skinny packaging. So that's that. Those are the only two stamps I got. I also got this loose Valentine's assortment. So this is going to make fun shaker cards. And there's like little envelopes in here, little hearts, some little sprinkles. And they feel like rubbery. So not hard like candy, like that they would break, but definitely soft like rubber. Let me see if it bends. Yep, it does bend some. So I like that. That's gonna be I think that's gonna make really cute shaker cards. And then the other thing I got were these little gems. So these are ladybugs and then just clear dots. Ladybug garden epoxy shapes. So, and those ladybugs look to be all the same size. Anything with the ladybug gets me. Right. Are those? Yeah, those are all the same size. So, I'm gonna enjoy those. I still have some of the metally looking ladybugs, like the antique things. But, all right, let me file these and file those. So let's get started. Let me first show you. So I said the title of this one was gift cards, like gift cards, but not gift cards, right? So here is my sample. This is what so Sharon asked me, hey, can you figure out the measurements? Can we make this? So this is a stack of presents on the front of a card. Now it will it folds up like this, so it mails flat-ish, like depending on how well you get your packages folded. What I have found, I like to open my cards this way. It's a little bit top heavy, so I have to open it far enough to where it's going to actually stay standing up. Yeah, maybe it is clay. Maybe it is Gloria, you might be right, but it's got a soft rubbery feel to it. But how cute is this? So like a little stack of presents, and we're going to make two different themes. But let's just set that right there. I thought that was a cute idea. All right, and I'm going to use some of these greetings, which I think this ephemera pack is back ordered or it's on sale. A lot of the stuff that I used, actually, most everything I used for the mini album that I was working on the last 2 weeks is on the last chance list. As far as like the paper, not the scrapbooking kit, but like the two-tone kit, the gems, the something else. I can't remember. The sticker sheet. Well, I use the scrapbooking kit, so just keep that in mind. Like check the last chance list, right? All right, so let's start with, and I haven't done any of the scoring on this because I want to go through it with you guys. So I'm using my base card is 5.5 by 8.5, like I always do. And if you like 4.25 by 11, go for it. So we're going to score this at 4.25. Then I've got a piece of basic white for the inside that is 4 by 5.25. And then I'm using the North Pole delivery papers for this one. So I picked this blue background. So this is 4 by 5.25 as well. Now for our presents, I'm going to leave this here. So if you want to screenshot it like before I get my blog updated, Actually, let me drag it up. So we need 3 pieces of designer paper to make our presents. First one is 2 by 3.5. So 3.5 wide by 2. And we're going to score it along the 3.5-inch side. Half inch, let's just do it. Half inch, 1.5, 2, and 3. All right, now notice that this one I have a pattern because this gets folded up like this to make our present. Did I just fold that wrong? So I was hoping that one of these would end up on a good spot. Like, nope, it's not going to. Well, we'll use this one because I was hoping to get some houses in here, but this will be fine. All right, so that's our little present. Then the next size up is 2 3/4 wide by 4 3/4. And we score this one at 3/4, 2 inches, 2 3/4, and 4. And then our third one is 3.5 by 6. And again, turn it. And we're going to score at 1, 2.5, 3.5, and 5. So if you've noticed, like, this is getting bigger, so wider. So as you can see, like the biggest present at the bottom, this is 1 inch wide, then 3/4, then a half inch. So not only are we graduating them up this way, but also how deep they are. So I think that's cool. That really makes it look like a real stack of presents. So let's do that. And then we're going to make some lids. Actually, we'll come back to that part. Because my sample is there's no, you know how we can make a 2-piece box and how there's a box bottom and then a lid? So that's what we're going to do here. So let's start by folding all of our bits. And again, if you don't care for the 5.5 by 8.5, make this 4 1/4 by 11. Hey, Rose. So Rose, we're making this cute present card right now with the 3 different layers. All right, I'm going to fold all of our score lines. And we're going to glue our boxes together first. Then really, we're going to glue the boxes to each other. Add some ribbon and then glue them to our card. All right, so the way this comes together, these 2 pieces at the end are going to overlap and we're gluing them. All right, and that is making our present. So let's just get out our glue. And if you want to use tape, use tape. And if that hangs over a titch, like this is hanging over just a tiny bit, I'm going to just trim that off. Because I want this side to be on the back of the card. So I'm going to attach all my ribbon to this back side as well. But, all right, so that's our largest box. Then same thing, we'll glue our fold all of our presents. Now you could make these presents with the 2-tone cardstock if you wanted. And then maybe make the lids out of the designer paper. You don't want to use regular cardstock though, because that's just so thick. All right, so again, these are going to come like this, and we're gluing them together at the bottom. And I'm just going to glue this. And it helps me to just like set everything on my work surface on my table there. Oops, that kind of went crooked. Yikes. All right, that might be wonky. All right, there's our other present. And then this last one that I was hoping, you know what? I was hoping that the houses would, actually, Yeah, we'll just fold it backwards. We'll use the mailboxes, although they're not lining up perfectly either. But this side will be fine with those little packages. So whatever paper you have, really. All right, let's do this. Yep, okay, that'll work. So let's glue these. All right, now before I glue these together, oopsie, I've got the lid pieces, which, where did those go? Oh, you know what? We're gonna do the lid pieces on the other one. I had cut tiny little bits. So, all right. So this one, we're just gonna go same way. So first I wanna add ribbon to them around each individual one. So grab whatever ribbon. I wanted something thin. So I have this pool party sheer ribbon from before because it kind of went with, there's a little bit of pool party and all this. So what you want to do is, this is all the front side, flip these over to the back side, and I made a pencil mark for the middle just so I know 3.5. So this will be 1 3/4. Just because I want my ribbon to be even. All right, this is 2 3/4. So 1 1/4 plus 1/8. Right? Yep. So 1 1/4 plus 1/8. All right, so halfway, and then this one is 2. So 1 inch. All right, now I need some sticky strip or score tape. So whatever you want to attach your ribbon, just some kind of tape is best. All right, and we can flip it over to the bottom. So I want to kind of keep these. This is the top of my box. This is the bottom. Where's the bottom? Yep, bottom. I'm not usually a fan of using so much tape and glue together, but for this, you kind of need to. All right, just because we want the ribbon to stick. And if you don't want to have the ribbon around each package, you can leave this part off. Hey, Cheryl. You can leave this part off, adding the ribbon, and you can just add one up top. It's up to you, but I think it looks cute with all of it. All right, so we want to, why doesn't that want to stick? Oh, it is already sticking. Ugh. All right, top side. So let's start at the bottom and just wrap this around. Keep it even so it stays in the middle of your package. All right. And then we're going to add another little piece there, just because this is going to go onto our card front. All right, that looks good. Same thing here. We're going to add ribbon. And let's just start in the middle-ish. Wrap it. You just don't want this to be loose, right? Loosey-goosey. So just, wrap it firmly. Get that attached. I feel like my center is not center when I turn it around and look at it. But you get the idea. All right, and then again, let's put that right over top. So we're building our presents. This was a really cute idea, Sharon. Cute card. So yeah, Sharon found a link and it was in metric. So I had done some conversion and had my new numbers. And then I found another demonstrator, must have found the same thing and converted it. And her numbers were very close to mine. So I thought, well, good enough. I'm on to something. And then when I made my prototype, it worked. So, all right, good. So what I did now was I glued these all together, bottom to this top, and then bottom to this top. I glued this stuff together first, then I glued it to the card front. So I'm just gonna do that, and I'm keeping it on the table because I want the back side to all stay, the same. So let's just add glue, a lot of glue. And this part I just eyeballed. So everything is, the bottom here is all on the table. So I can get in here and squeeze it. But so do you see how this side, it's all gonna line up on this side. And then that'll be glued down. Nice. Much easier than it looks. The trick is just getting those measurements. And really, it doesn't use a ton of your designer paper. So if you've got like a few bits and pieces left, this would be really cool. And I don't think it's going to be so bulky that it would take extra postage. So, I mean, let's just look at this. That's going to get like pushed up and smashed. I think it's going to be fine. I don't think you're going to have to get like an extra stamp for it. All right. Ah, cute. All right, let's glue our designer paper down. So I'm going to put this down first. And again, this is a Poppy Parade base. That's just the colors that came from the paper pack. And then we can do, put this white on the inside. And then we'll tie a bow to add to the top. All right. Okay. So where to place this? Well, you kind of want it here with maybe an inch or so. Like, what is this? Let me get my ruler. Oh, like a half an inch from the bottom, maybe. Because consider you have to push it up for mailing it flat. And you don't want to, if you put it too high, you don't want it to fold it right at the top of the card. So I would keep it about like here. So what I did, peel this tape off that we added so we could keep our ribbon in place. And whatever ribbon you have. Now glue all over. Do not be shy. And this glue dries quickly, so all right. So my trick will be getting it even left and right. And I'm happy with that. If it's a little bit crooked, it's not the end of the world. All right, so I'm going to push that up and press the whole thing. Oh yeah, Sharon, this was totally cute. All right, so again, when it's pushed flat, it's going to be fine for mailing, right? And then they pop it open. Oh, that's so cute. And it's sitting up. All right, so I want to have a bow up top. So I'm drag my bow maker out. And you use whatever you need to get your bow tied. And I'm just going to use the same size I had for the other one. So we go crisscross over, tug this, and then tie it in a knot. Oh, cute. I love it. All right, now to get this bow, I put it right on the tippy top. So, oh, I heard it sounds like thunder. That's not right. So you guys, we might get snow tonight. Now they said this Monday night, and then that turned out to be a lie. All right, I want ribbon on top. So I'm gonna put a couple of mini glue dots right across there. And let me show you, see where they are. And then one more. And I'm kind of like overlapping the edge of this ribbon at the very top. So let me just squeeze this and then pluck the tops of my glue dots off. So would I make a bunch of these? No. Would I make a couple? Sure. Maybe 4 tops. All right, now I like to add just a little smidge of glue also, and then take this bow and let's sit it right on top of there. And I do want to hold it there for a minute. And then if I want to trim these tails, I can do that. All right, let me squeeze that. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, so I wanted to add, because this paper pack comes with the little, some of these ephemera bits. Yeah, they would, Rose. Well, wait till you see the next one. All right, that's like too big. Little houses. Let's put something cute on here. Either a little truck. Yeah, I could do that. And a little, actually, let's do this dealy bob. Whatever that is. All right, a street light or something. And then I'm going to pop this tree up. Why not? I mean, not tree, this car. And then I'll grab a greeting. Put this right here, and that can hang off just a titch. Ooh, I like it. Okay, let's get all these pieces back in so I don't lose anything. I gotta say, I do like the paper share, like when there's all these ephemera bits, because I feel like if I have the whole pack to myself, I don't ever use all of it. So sharing is good. All right, so greetings, ephemeras. I like that these are all self-stick, but I want something that I can just put like right there. So we can do merry and bright. From our house to yours. Doot, doot, doot. Merry Christmas. Maybe I'll do from our house to yours. Okay, that'll work. Just more because it's the size that I wanted. I don't really care what it says. It was more it's going to take up the right amount of space. Oh, did I just pick that adhesive right off of there? Jeez. Okay, so let me add a little bit more glue since I kind of bent that. And I'm going to put this right over top of the ribbon too. So that's kind of going to keep that in place. All right. Nice. Now this little sticky bit that's hanging off the side, I'm just going to keep rubbing that with my finger until it becomes unsticky. All right, let's put these away and add some jemmies. Because we still got to have some sparkly bits or something. Ooh, let's use some of these. So these were traditional sparkling sequins. I used these in my mini album. These are on sale on the last chance list. Now they're not the same color as far, this is like real red, but pool party. Yeah, let's add those. 1, 2, and small one, and whatever this size is. And then we'll go, let's put it right under this car. We'll do a big one. Is that going to fit? No, a medium one. I like that. I feel like it could use a few more sparkly bits, like here and here. Why not? And if you wanted to use a mix and match of, like red and green, you can do whatever you want. But I'm going to go with that. Ooh, I like it. Yeah. And I kind of like these ribbon tails staying long too. So again, when you open it, like I found at first mine was tipping over, like it was a little bit too top heavy. That's why I said at the beginning, it might be better to do like 4 1/4 by 11 instead of the side fold, have a top fold. But now it doesn't seem to be a problem at all. And here's what it looks like from the side. So it really looks like thick, but again, that's gonna push closed. So yeah, I will hit it with the embossing buddy, Jamie. Yep, exactly. That's what it's for. All right, let me put these away. So same concept. We're gonna make another one. I don't know if you guys ever read the descriptions, but I said maybe turtley cute. So that's what I did. I cut some of my turtle papers. All right, trying to get this trash out of here. Cute, cute, cute. So on this one, I used some iridescent foil gems. I just used a couple of those. And I will put a picture of this on my blog too. And this background piece was that silent snowfall with that embossed pattern. So, really cute. All right, let's do some turtles. So I think, again, this is Poppy Parade. And I don't remember what I have that there for, but no matter. So same deal, 5.5 by 8.5. And we're going to score that at 4 1/4. And we're going to go through our presents again as well. All right, so that is scored. I've got turtle paper. I think it's called Turtley Cute, right? Let me grab this. Turtley Cute. Yep. So I never got the stamps or anything that went with this. I had just planned on hand cutting all the turtles out of the paper. So that's what I've done. So, consider that. Any paper you have, you don't necessarily have to have the stamps. So this piece straight, that is 4 by 5 1/4. Then we've got white for the inside, 4 by 5 1/4. So our first present, let's go with the largest one. So again, yeah, let's do it backwards. 3.5 by 6 for our largest present. So on the 6-inch side, we're going to score it 1, 2.5, 3.5, and 5. And then our middle present, 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. So for these, I tried to pick patterns that didn't have any real direction. So I like that better. So 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. And on the long side, we're going to score at 3/4, 2, 2 3/4, and 4. And then our smallest present is 2 by 3.5. And we're going to score at half, 1.5, 2, and 3. Now for these presents, we're going to add like the box tops or the lids. So for the lids, our smallest one is 2 1/8 inch wide by 1. And we're going to score that at a half. All right, because our lid, we're going to fold it. It's just going to go like, it's going to cover this part. Like that's how our lid's going to go on. Like you'll see. All right, the middle one, we want it 2 7/8 wide by 1.5. Score that at 3/4. And then our largest lid is 3 5/8 wide by 2. And we're going to score that at 1. All right. So again, I will put those measurements up on the blog, but just so you have them. All right, let's fold these bits. I was thinking you could put this present on the inside. I mean, why not? I'm not going to try it right now, but it would just make it a little bit more lumpy when you close it. But the same principle would apply, all right? All right, do all of that. And let's put this striped piece down. So I think the color in this pack was not Poppy Parade, it was Cherry Cobbler, but I liked it. I thought it was close enough, and I wanted red. All right, so let's start by gluing together our boxes, our presents. So let's just fold everything. Keep those score marks like straight. And check the time. Okay, because I do want to make that box for you. Did I miss a line? Nope, here it is. Just very faint. So the box that I had posted the other night. All right, so again, our box is going to come together and these pieces, the bottom pieces overlap. All right. And I can definitely tell that's hanging over some. So you know what? When I fold it, it goes away. All right, I guess it's fine. It looked like it was sticking out a little bit. All right, there's our little present. So the lid, we fold that in half. And we're just gluing it on like this. All right. So let's just glue. So this piece, this is 2 1/8 inch wide. This piece was 2 inches wide. So I made it just a smidge wider. I'm trying to get that evenly spaced. Oh, that might have been a goner. You can tell, right? Look, that is not nearly enough as hanging off as that one, but whatever. I'm not going to cry about it. It'll be close enough. All right. Folding, folding, folding. And again, that's going to get glued on this side, or this end rather. This is the bottom of our presents. Now I want the seam to be on the back. So when I put my lid on, I want the lid on the front. So again, we just fold that in half. And that gets glued on there. Oh, for cute. So it does cover up some of this cute pattern from our designer paper. And I feel like it's not quite covering the very back, but I'm gonna get over that. Okay. Oh, cute, cute, cute. Now, if this is hanging down too much, you could just trim that some. So I made that 1.5. So maybe if you want that side to just be 1, you could trim it. It's gonna work for me for now. All right, let's fold these. And it's a good thing I did cut some of these turtles out, because I do want to have, be able to add a turtle or two. Oh, cute, 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 cute. So even if you didn't have turtles, maybe you have any kind of generic pattern paper, just pick your colors for, favorite, whoever you're making the card for, what are their favorite colors, and you can make a stack of presents and then just add balloons. Cute. All right. So now this one, I feel like that is way too covering up too much of the paper. So I'm just going to trim this down. But I do still want it to cover the entire top of the box. All right, I like that better. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Can I get in here? I might be able to. Just to trim a little bit of this off. All right, I like that better. And this one's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna have to adjust my measurements for the lid part. And then just add a little bit of glue on the front. And let's add the lid to our present, our box. Ah, cute, cute, cute. So here's our stack of presents. I love it. So I'm going to do the same thing. So this time I'm not going to add ribbon to each present, but I am going to start by gluing them together. So I want everything to rest on the table because I want it all flat on this back side. Ooh, look at that. I need more glue in there. Because keeping this flat is going to be your friend. All right, so I'm going to add glue to the bottom. I got all this extra glue. Bottom of the middle box. And then I'm going to butt it right up so everything is on the table. And now I can squeeze it with my fingers. So again, we want the left side, this to be flat. And then we see our presents like growing as they go down. Cute, cute, cute. And then I'm just going to put that one there. I think I saw a sample where they did a ribbon, and I grabbed the white sparkly ribbon for this one, where they may have done this around the whole thing, like a real present. I don't know if I care for that, though. I mean, I like the sparkles, but I think that's going to be too loosey-goosey. You know what? Let's try it. So, I need to tape that. So I will, all right, change of plans, ladies. Okay, where's my tape? Right here. So I'm going to run this. I can push this down. So I'm going to eyeball the middle of my boxes. And let's go. Nope, I can't go to the bottom because we're going to see that. All right. So, oopsie. Good thing that's a back. That ripped a little piece of that. All right, so let me squeeze this instead of my burnish. Let's fold. Peel this off. All right, so I'm going to start in the middle and do this wrap around. All right, that may squeeze. I'm going to add another piece of tape over where those are coming together. So that's the back of my box. All right, there's the front. So when we fold it up, yeah, I don't like that. to see when you fold it to shut the card, then it's all loosey-goosey like that. So, all right, I can take this right off because having that tape on the back is not going to hurt anything. All right, let me just pull this up because that's going to get glued to the back of the box anyway. Okay. It didn't hurt to try it. This is all fine. So what I'm going to do is just tie a bow and add my bow to the top. So let's add glue all over this. All right, and then we'll put it on the front of the card. Whoa. Smash this down. Okay. Yikes. My head got in the way there. All right. Eyeballed. That looks good enough. Middle-ish. Oh, yeah. I really like that. Okay, let's tie a bow with this then. And this will just have a shorter tail since this was the piece I was trying to use. And if I don't like it, I'll just grab another piece of ribbon. All right, that's fine. That's even. Okay, same deal. Let's add some glue dots to the tippy top of that box. And oh, funny. So months ago, I had a glitter glue explosion and it went everywhere. And I still keep finding these little bits that stuck to places. So that stuck to those glue dots. That's gonna go right in the trash. Jamie, you remember that? We were online doing something. It went everywhere. You guys, like my ink pads all over. All right, so peel these up. Add a little smidgy of glue. And add that bow. Oh, I love that. Okay, now I cut out. Now these guys are both facing the same direction, so I think I'm going to go with the balloon one. Actually, no, let's go with the present because the balloon's a little flippy floppy and I can't actually tack it down to that present, or could I? No, I don't like it because it moves too much movement. So let's just put him here. He could be at the bottom of our present. Oh, and then that fell off. Of course it did. All right. Let me just squeeze that. Ah. All right, now stay. Now for this greeting, I've got this other. This is one of the original Saying Something ephemera packs. So this had a lot of different greetings, and this one caught my eye because A, it was the right color, garden green. And I can put it right there. Ooh, you're awesome. That would also work. But I like these. Haven't used them hardly enough. All right, let's put that away. And I am going to put this right at the bottom. Just because, like, Ooh. All right, change of plans again. Let me just trim this. Happy. And then birthday. So hopefully no one would really know. Look, that bow does not want to stick up there, you guys. All right, so let's glue this down. And again, it can hang off the side a little bit. And then happy can hang off that side. Oh, for cute. And then stupid bow. All right. I like it. And then we'll add some, what are these? No. Green, green, green. I thought I had some kind of something. You know what? Rhinestones are probably going to do it. So let's just use the rest of these. Anything green or poppy, but we're going to have a few little bits. All right. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we'll do big one. I don't want it too close to the turtle's butt. All right, another big one. Little one. Oops, stuck to my finger. All right, one more little one. And then I can show you real quick that box. Ah, I like it. So cute for a birthday present. Now, I said, yeah, I am gonna need some industrial glue. I'm gonna have to put some my other glue. What's that? My Fabri-Tac. That'll take care of it. I think it's because that this is slippery. This organdy, glittery organdy. It is kind of slick and it doesn't want to stick to the glue dots. All right, let me get this out of the way. So yeah, any occasion where you would need presents, you can use this card and make your, man, these are cute. Really cute. So now that's extra Christmas cards too, since I was already saying, oh, I think I have too many. But I love it, Sharon. I'm glad you found this. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so let's talk about, let's see, the little box that I made. So it's basically, it was a pizza box. And I will have that, I'll try to get my blog updated by Saturday, you guys. Because Dave has to go to work. So I will be available. I will be at home. Okay. So the box that I made the other day, and I made that tag, and I was like, oh, if you use this journaling pen and then run it with your Wink of Stella, like immediately it smears, smear, smear, smear. So, but that's the box I'm talking about. So it was a 3.5 by 3.5 pizza box. So this is my sketch every time for a pizza box. So this is, you need one piece of cardstock. So this was 3.5, this is 3.5, this is 3.5. And I think I made it 1 inch tall, right? So our cardstock needed is 1 plus 3.5 plus 1. So 5.5 by 3.5, and 3.5 is 7, 8, 9, 10. 5.5 by 10. All right, so let me get a piece of cardstock. And you know what? Do we want to do you want to do Christmas again, or do you want to do like one of these birthday? Actually, you know what? Let's do the turtle papers. Because then I can use this. Where's that other? Because you want 2 pieces of the designer paper. Yeah, let's use this one. All right. So my designer paper, and this is going to be, let's try shaded spruce. Thanks, Sue. All right, garden green or shaded spruce. Let's see. All right, let's look at, that's kind of cute, but the garden green is a much better match. All right, so 5.5 by 10. 5.5 by 10. And then this designer paper will do 3.25 by 3.25. And I'll do that twice. Because I didn't show you a picture of the inside, but I had a layer on the inside too, just because it looks more finished and nice. All right, trash, trash, trash. All right, scoring. We're going to take this. So on our 5.5-inch side, we can score at 1 and 4.5. All right, 1, 4.5. And we turn it, and I will, have all these numbers for you too. Good night, you guys. So on this one, we're going to score at 1, 4.5, 5.5, and 9. All right, and that's just because, like, in our picture, this is 1 inch, this is 1 inch, this is 1 inch, 1, 1. All right, so when this folds up, I want to trim on the side here. So straight up and then angle, and then angle, and straight up, angle. So straight up on the right side of that score line, and then angle it. On this side, go on the left side, straight up, and then angle. All right, so flip it around, and same as these, straight, angle, angle. We want these 2 pieces to be straight here, because that's going to fold up and make our side. All right. All right, and now this piece, so I used to fold it all up and have the top come over the box. Well, I've decided lately that I like this part, the top, to fold in. So we can cut all of these corners off and angle. All right, and then we want to angle this a little bit as well. So angle, angle, angle. Okay, now fold and burnish all of these pieces. And then the side bits. So what I had in there, in case you guys were wondering, was an ornament, like a Christmas ornament. And that's how I came to the size that I needed it 3.5 by 3.5. Because I put the ornament right here on my grid table down in the corner and got my measurement that way. So anytime, you measure what you're trying to package, and that will tell you how big you need to make your stuff. Okay, so our box is going to come together. These tabs are going to get glued to this side. And I want that to go up straight, right? Because I always want that nice crisp corner. And then on this side, oh, and you know what? Before I glue this side, I should add my designer paper to the inside, just because it's easier to get my hands in here. All right, that's good. So yeah, I love a pizza box because it's one of the easiest to make. And it's just one piece of cardstock. Like, it's one continuous piece. You don't have to worry about a lid like being off a little bit. All right, and let's glue this in here. Oh, cute, cute, cute. All right. Now this, since we trim these all down like at an angle, so we fold this, tuck it all in, and look, it fits right in there. Now, if you want to have like a little thumb business, take your like an inch circle punch. I usually keep one here, and we want to punch it out of the front. And I'm just going down as far as this will allow me. You just need a little space to get in there. Ah, you guys, it's like perfect. All right, let's glue the other piece of designer paper right on top. So cute. Now, ideally, I would want to put ribbon on before I put my gift in, but look, this is staying closed so nicely. I'm just gonna put this guy right here, and then I want something that says happy birthday. But let's pop this guy up. All right, let's swing this back around. Because I like the idea of this balloon being popped up at least. Oh, cute, cute, cute. Yeah, we can pop this whole thing up. Dimensional, right behind his head. So when I made that tag for, the girl's name was Adele. So I took my party alphabet dies and I just cut 3 layers of, I guess that was real red cardstock, and glued them together to make it like a little bit thicker. And that was that. All right. So right now, I'm not going to say birthday because a balloon could be a celebration for anything, really. Oh, for cute. But then I could put a little something right down there. And if I still wanted to, I could figure out a way to get some ribbon, but I'm not going to need it because this is staying perfectly closed by itself. Cute. Oh, hey, Gail. All right, so that is the end of our little bonus project, that box, but I will also obviously add that to my blog. Next weekend, not next weekend, next Thursday, I'm going to be doing a couple of, I got to get some packages together and I'm going to be using those nutcracker tags. I got like 3 packs of those things. And Jamie, it's for pool team. So if you don't want to watch, if you want to be surprised, uh, don't tune in. But you'll probably just want it for the idea anyway. So that is next week's plan anyway, is I'm going to make a box and a bag and use those nutcracker tags to embellish them because I got to make like 21 of those things. So, you're funny, Lisa. Yeah, and that's exactly what I put in here was an ornament. And if your ornament is taller, like you just need these pieces to be taller. And the sides, like these 1 inch and all on the side, those have to be the same numbers. So whether it's 1 inch, like say you wanted it to be 1.5 inches tall, this has to be 1.5 inches. 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 All of those have to be the same. But that controls how tall your box is. All right. So just keep that in mind. And then these do not have to be the same. You could make this a rectangle. So this could be like 6 inches wide by 4 inches this way. So it doesn't have to be square, but I like it. So I'm glad that you found that helpful. So all right, here's our cards again. This is the one I pre-made. And yeah, I am gonna have to put some more, I think, glue on this ribbon. Of course, it's staying now, but I don't know. We'll see how long. But that is really cute. I love that. So yes, Lisa, adjust accordingly. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, don't eat the box. You're funny. Thanks for hanging out. And again, watch for my updates this weekend because I've got to do my last post from my mini album and then all of these. And that's that. So thanks again for hanging out. Thumbs, hearts, all that. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Marlene. Carol, awesome. Okay, I will talk to you guys later, and have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye.